YouTube, how are you today? Today we are doing a review of not just the Trustfire GM23S light, but also the Trustfire GM23, a couple of them actually, and the American flag sticker I added that doesn't come with it, so don't get your hopes up. And also the Olight PL2 Mini Valkyrie. Now that's a special edition model. That's a infrared model that was like they only offered for a few months. You can't get them anymore, but I wanted to include it so you could make a size comparison. As you see, it's very comparable in size to the GM23 and the GM23S right here. They're all very similar in size. They're all very similar in weight. Now the Olight PL Valkyrie is, I believe, 600 lumens. Both of these Trustfires are 800 lumens. Now I can tell you right now that the feel and the build quality and construction of both is very similar. Both lights feel like very sturdy, good, high quality lights that should take some abuse. During the course of this demonstration, we'll put a little bit of a torture test on these lights and see how they fare. You know, nothing unreasonable, just what I would expect you to get in a normal everyday use. So this is the new light. This is the GM23S right here. And this light comes with a green laser mode. So you got your light, which is easy to activate with a push button switch, but it also has a laser mode. So that's light and laser. And then you have just plain green laser. So it's a multi-mode light. I basically just use the white light, and then if something were to happen to my red dot, I have a Sig Romeo Elite on here, Zero Elite. If something were to happen to that, then it's a very easy matter to switch to the laser and have immediate backup sight capability. Plus the irons, so it gives you a lot of good redundancy, I would say. But you know, I've been using the GM23, which they've had on the market for quite a while. I've been using these for a couple years. Come around this side here. I've been using these for a couple years, and I have been pretty satisfied with them. I've actually been out in the hunting field and used these to great effect. Here's the one I keep on my home defense AR, and you can see I removed one of the switches so that it reduces the chance of accidental activation. But, you know, I trust this light enough to have it on my home defense AR, and I have Surefires, I have Streamlights, I have Olights, and these Trustfires. And the gun, I'm ex-infantry and an ex-private investigator. And those are both fields where your flashlight is very important professionally, where you're literally relying on it with your life. And, you know, I've got years and years and years of experience going all the way back to the mini mag light and the angle head Army flashlight days. So I've been in the flashlight game for a long, long time. I've had no issues. Like I said, they seem very sturdy and robust. In about a minute, we're going to do a little bit of a torture test. I'm going to drop one from shoulder height onto some bricks over here, and then I'm going to drop one from shoulder height onto my ceramic tile kitchen floor. So, you know, that if it withstands that, you should be able to expect it to withstand any, you know, any normal use. These lights are all pretty much rated for a 3-foot drop onto a hard surface. So, you know, if I hold my hand out at shoulder height and drop it onto a brick and a ceramic tile and it still works, we're going to have to say that it's definitely as tough as advertised. But it's a very handy light. I really like the interface. It's very easy to use. Actually easier to use than the Olight, which has like a push-up switch. And it has a nice quick detached, which is very sturdy and secure. There's like no movement at all in the gun. It is very sturdy. You know, the laser is very easy to zero. The kit comes with a Torx wrench for adjusting it, and it's a positive click adjustment. And it took me like 2 minutes to zero the thing, so that was not a problem at all. Another really nice feature, like I like USB rechargeable items, but a lot of items, like their older GM23, now I don't know if they've changed this yet, but they use the old style USB charger, and that used to be great because everybody had them on their phones. But now that everybody's using the Type C, you basically have to carry an extra cable to still charge this style. Well, the newer one is now, the GM23S is now a Type C. So works off the same cable as my phone. That is extremely convenient. When you're using it and charging it, the light lights up right here, lets you know that it is fully charged. So it's a good, well thought out light. It's compact and it's really bright. We're going to be looking at night. We're going to be doing some night shooting and some walking around out here on the homestead at night a little bit later in this video, and you'll see how bright this guy is at nighttime. So let's move on to our torture test now and see how they do. Okay, first one we're going to drop is the original GM23S. We're going to drop this right from shoulder height onto these bricks. And that hit with quite a thud and still works. Let's do a bonus drop. And it still works. Now we're going to get crazy. I'm going to hold it all the way above my head. This is a height that none of these lights are rated for. Still works. Okay. So that was about a 6.5 foot drop on the brick. And here's the new one, a 23S. So let's drop this from shoulder height. Still works. And we'll do one more from above the head. Still works. Now all these type of lights, these are all basically rated for a shoulder height drop onto a hard surface. So 6.5 feet, 7 feet. I mean, that was all the way above my head. That might even been 7 feet. I guess it probably was 7 feet. You know, that's performing above and beyond rated specifications. So no complaints from me out of that. Let's see, does the QD still snaps and locks in tight? This light survived that test with no problems. Let's try some ceramic now. Okay, folks, here we are in the mudroom of my house. That is some hard ceramic tile right there. We're going to drop some shoulder height. Still working. Now from above my head. That was quite a drop. Oh, still working. Does the laser work? Laser still works. Does the QD still work? QD still works fine. So no complaints with the torture test department. Okay, next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut this out and we're going to do some walking around tonight at nighttime. And then we'll finish the video up with some night shooting. All right, stay tuned. Hello YouTube, we are back out here with the Trustfire GM23S, and we got a half moon lit night now, so it's a lot brighter. But as you can see on my homestead, it is still quite dark. Way over there in the distance, about 75 yards away, is a solar light on a pole. You hit this tree, that's a tree about 15 yards away, and as you can see, it lights this tree up really nice. All right, let's light some more stuff up here. This is a very small compact light. Weighs probably a couple ounces, so it's very powerful for its size. All right, let's see if we can find something else. There's a combat kitty. Okay, now I'm standing about 35 yards from a tree line here. There's dense woods going down the hill on the back side of my property down to my lake. And as you can see, that is utterly pitch black. But if I light it up, you could easily see a rabbit or a little critter or a threat on that tree line, no problem. Okay, let's keep moving here. Now back here is my private camping area on my homestead. This is where we set up all the tents when I have buddies come, and we do get-togethers, and we'll do some camping out here. Well, as you can see, completely pitch black. Light her up, And there's a tree about 40 yards away. Another one right behind it, you can see there, that's about 50 yards away. So, by the naked eye, my eye picks the light up better than the camera does. I can see, I'm going to say 70 yards with this. You can easily see on the camera 50 yards with this. So, it's a very effective light. It's definitely, for its size, oh, now we got multiple combat kitties. They're multiplying over here. This is the second generation here, the little kitten. That's Nick Foles and Princess Diana. All right, so next time we do some night stuff, we'll be doing some shooting. Okay, here we are out here at night. We are going to be doing some night shooting with the GM23S Trustfire weapon mounted light. You can see here's our target array down here. We are at a range of right around 20 yards. And I'm going to be doing the shooting one-handed here. So I guess I'll be testing my skill level. And we're going to use the SIG P322. But as you can see, at 20 yards, it lights the targets up plain as day. In fact, let's go back a little farther. See how that looks. Okay, now we're at a range of 30 yards, and we can still see those targets plain as day. Let's see if I can hit them one-handed at 30 yards. I heard a ding. So, well, we certainly got good accuracy at this distance. Okay, let's get back down here a little closer. And we will switch to laser and the light mode. And I'm going to hip fire. Get a bit closer. Right here we're at about 15 yards. I'm going to hip fire with the laser. No sights. Okay, so we're going to try and hit the spinner target at the bottom there. Hip firing. You got it, it moved. Now this is after I did the drop test on this gun. I zeroed it. I did all those drop tests and I put it right back on the gun without re-zeroing it. And as you can see, it is right on target. And that's it. So, range tested. It holds at 0. It's very bright, easily lights up the targets. Good to go. All right, folks, to summarize, GM23S from Trustfire. Get their logo in there. This light is tough. This light is reliable. This light cost about $109 retail, but it's rugged, it's tough, it's reliable. And I could say it's reliable because I've had 2 of the GM23s for years. So I definitely recommend these sights. These lights. I've been trusting my life to one of the GM23S original lights for years in my home defense AR. So, yeah, I definitely recommend them. Budget excellence for sure. Okay, folks, you guys all, I appreciate you watching. Thanks for checking out our work as usual. Freedom by Me out.